Okay, in this video we're going to complete the south end of the upper level. This is pretty much where we left off last time, with the two side pieces in place and just the ends needed to be built to connect the top loop. So I've got some more 12mm ply. Unfortunately, the free stuff has run out and we are now on having to purchase this locally. Luckily, a local wood yard will cut this stuff down for me. He won't go into 100 cuts a sheet, but he'll do the bulk of what I need. So that's made handling these sheets a lot easier, especially on my own. So I've put a bit of 3x2 timber over there that I've just clamped in place for now. And if I pop these blocks under each end, it should bring it up about flush with the two top level baseboards. Like so. And then what I've got here is, again, as I've done all the way around, some 100mm 10cm strips that will just sit on the edge of the lower baseboard and then be secured on the other end. So I just put that under there. Just dropped off somewhere. So around this end I've put that board which, once I'm happy again, I'll glue and pin. Right, that's that one in. So I don't know if you can see the pencil markings on here, but what I've decided to do is draw a line straight across there from the edge of that other baseboard and then cut the angle straight across. Maybe I would see a little bit better here, but cut straight across there. And again, same principle under here with the edge piece. So that sweeps round this end. There is a little bit missing at the end here, but again, I should just fill that in from an off cut on here. After a bit of cutting down, this is now ready to be offered up. Okay, that gives you an idea of how it's going to look in the end. I will glue and nail all these and trim all that up so it's one piece, and put the fixings on the other side, and yeah, this end will be complete. Okay, I thought this bit of footage was worthwhile keeping in, showing me assemble all the parts for that end piece there, which is the south end of the layout. I've used Gorilla Glue all the way through, and I've got a little bit of a problem here with a block nozzle. It does happen with this sometimes if I haven't quite closed it properly, or just had a chance to create a skin or dry up inside a little bit. But once it does flow, you know, it's a really good wood glue, and it does flow quite nicely. So again, gluing and nailing these components together. That's an 18-volt DeWalt nail gun there. The brads I'm using are 32mm, and they probably are just a little bit too long, or I'm just a bit clumsy because the odd one does fire out the side of the wood, and I just tidy that up after. It'll all be covered with scenics, but it is annoying. These end pieces, I cut angles for the corners to marry those up, and then this is the internal faceplate. This will eventually, when I put all the inside struts in, give it some strength and some continuity going around the layout. Those single hand clamps are really useful in any project really, but they've been really handy on building the layout. Just another pair of hands while you line things up for final fix. Again, I've just fired that one out the side, so just tidied that up. But yeah, nice clean finish, and brings an end to that part of the loop on top for now. Okay, that's that joining piece now complete. We'll put a couple of fixings either end just to make sure that it doesn't move and that it lines up every time with track. Brilliant. Okay, for the next video, I'll be putting together this end piece which connects the two ends together and sort of completes the loop. So I've still got a little bit of thinking to do on that, but the idea is that two locos up and down can pass across here whilst I'm still able to reach the back and the main line. So what I'm going to do is create a bridge basically that goes all the way around and then probably widens here so that I can get some points and stuff like that in and out of the stations or whatever I'm going to build there. So this continues all the way around. And there's a bit of a feature on here. I think I'm going to create some sort of bridge. Again, this is all stuff that I'm thinking about rather than I've decided on. But I did create a couple of these on the laser cutter, and I think maybe something like that would make a nice feature and some nice detail, like a, you know, a rusty iron bridge that goes all the way along with some girders and rivets and moss growing on them and graffiti and stuff like that. So before I can work on this part, of course, I've got to create this curve and make sure that track still smoothly goes all the way around. So at the minute I'm thinking about it, but for the next video that's going to be the focus, and then I will have the top level and bottom level complete, and then I can start looking at a track plan. Okay, that wraps up another video, and after the part 2 of this, the woodwork for now will be complete, and I'm looking forward to finishing the woodwork for now so that we can move on to different stuff like track laying, beginning some scenery, some wiring, and all the other stuff, because it seems to have taken quite a while to get this woodwork done. But actually, when I look back in the few months that the layout's been in construction, I think progress has been massive. and as a channel nearly at 1,000 subscribers. So hopefully with a good push I can get over the 1,000, which is a huge goal to achieve in the first few months. So really happy with that, and thank you to everybody. And please remember still to like, subscribe and comment, share, hit the notification bell, all that stuff, because it will help grow the channel, and it will, you know, just push me along to give me the incentive to create more content and share it with everybody. I've been looking on YouTube this week, or the last few weeks, and I found a channel called N-Scale Dystopia. I've never really looked at the Engage stuff. I think it's just too small for me to work with, but this guy I think is certainly well on his way to changing my mind. So please, I'll put in the description a little link to his channel. Amazing, his planning, his just everything that he does, the detail that he puts into his layout is incredible. So go and have a look at that. That's another one that I've found, and huge back catalogue of videos. So having great fun watching them. Okay, that wraps this one up, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.